3 weeks ago was February the 6th. And on February 6th, I was in a Zoom meeting. I was in a Zoom meeting with two of my favorite people. Who do you think that would be? I'll give you a hint. The screen looked kind of like this. Yes, I was in a meeting with Toastmaster Chad and Toastmaster Masai. This was a officer meeting with the president and the vice president of education. And this was actually the first time that I signed up as the vice president of public relations. And because this was an officer meeting, we were there to discuss upcoming events. It was at this time that I first heard about the big event that would happen on February 27th. February 27th, yes, this is our event today. Now, how many of you enjoyed today's workshop? It was very good. I'd like to thank Toastmaster Sato one more time for this awesome workshop. I'm very sorry about this. You can't see me, so let me fix that. So February 27th was going to be the big event, and today I'm going to talk about how these 3 weeks went for me. Hello, everyone. My name is Miyuki Tanabe. I'm Vice President Public Relations at金山Visual Communication Club. You can find me on Twitter at this address. And as I explained, I'm Vice President Public Relations, which means that Toastmaster Chad brought the gig to me, and it's now my job to tell all of you about it so you can come here. And during the 3 weeks, there were 2 items that we had to work on. The first one was planning. Whenever we plan a project, we have to set goals and set milestones. So what are goals? Well, a goal is something you want to accomplish during this session, during the season. And in my case, my goal was to have 10 guests. Why 10? Well, because last time we had 9, I believe. And the next one is milestones. What are milestones? Well, milestones are when you put in a calendar when you're going to have what. So, for example, in our case, we knew that we're going to have 3 weeks. Yes. I needed to decide when I'm going to do what. Well, first thing was I am a member of Tokai Toastmasters, and we had our contest on the 13th. So I knew that I was not going to be able to do much until after that. I chose some dates like this, and here's what I did with them. On the 15th, I was going to post to Facebook, and then these following steps to make sure that everybody learns about this upcoming event. I'm sure many of you saw this post. This was the big post that everybody saw, and they decided to sign up. And then after that, we posted a follow-up. I went to Toyota Toastmasters Club and promoted the event. Some of you are here today. We also decided to send the agendas by this time. So we finished those. And then we met today, the big day. So those were the milestones. And those were the planning steps. After we're done planning, the next steps are, how do we do the communication? Whenever we do communication, we have to think about our audiences. Usually there are 3 groups of people that you want to make your message clear to. The first group is the primary audience, the people who are affected most by your message. The secondary audience is the second-hand people, for example, your friends. And the tertiary people are the people who accidentally hear about you. In this case, we're inside of Facebook, so there's not much tertiary. I put all of my effort into primary and secondary. Like I said, primary are the people who are going to be affected by your message. So these are the Toastmasters members. So I'm going to revisit this, and let's look at what parts of this are appealing to Toastmasters. I designed this in a way where these elements about, okay, so this is a workshop by the champion, and it's going to be taking place at the new Communication Toastmaster Club that's coming up. And here is the contest speech from last year. These are all things that I wrote to appeal to Toastmasters members. And then the secondary audience is people that learn about this because you shared this on Facebook. So again, these kinds of things are for people who don't know much about Toastmasters, but they want to learn about it now because they see it on their feed because you shared it with everybody. There's a few others like this. But as you can see, these are meant not for you, but for your friends. So when we communicate, we have to think about what audience is listening to each sentence. And messages work better when you alternate. You don't want to put everything up first, and you also don't want to put everything later. You want to go back and forth. If you do it right, people won't even notice. So those were the 2 steps that went into putting this together. Now, in conclusion, I want to talk about our goals, our accomplishments, and what I learned. Now, first, our goals. My goal was to have 10 guests. What happened? As you know, we had 17 guests, so we totally did it. We nailed it on this one. Now, accomplishments. We had the excellent workshop. That was a great accomplishment. But the other thing was for our website. Notice that this article reached 600 people. That's a lot of people. And we are so happy that all of you shared the article on your timelines. And look at this. The number of likes on our Facebook page went from 2 to 27. That's so many more. So that is our other accomplishment. And what I learned. The most important thing I learned about this was that appreciation is the big thing. I'm not doing this just by myself. I have to be happy that I'm in a position where I can do this. I can talk to everybody and you guys can all come and have fun and learn. So we could not have done this without you. We couldn't do this without your shares, without your likes, and without your subscriptions. So I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank everyone who liked and shared, and especially everyone who's here today. Toastmaster.